Hello everyone, welcome to Southern Wreaths. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, and share my video. Today I'm going to show you how I make this rose and burlap wreath. These are the supplies I'm going to use to make this wreath. I have my 14-inch frame from Dollar Tree. This is 5.5-inch unwired burlap from Walmart. And then I had all these leftover roses, and they're two different kinds. Believe they're all from Dollar Tree. I know you can get roses from Dollar Tree. I'm not sure how many I'll need, but I just grabbed all the ones that I have. I have zip ties, my wire cutters, and scissors if I need them. To start, I'm going to attach the burlap underneath on the, like flip your frame over. You want to attach it underneath. And I'm just going to gather it together. And then I like to take my wire cutter, my zip tie, and push it through the burlap. And that way I know it has a really good hold. And I'm just going to start right here on this crossbar. I'm going to do the one closest to the inside. I'm just going to attach it. And trim it away. Alright, this is going to be like the push through or pull through method, whichever you want to call it. I have 3 sections here and I'm going to use each one. So the first thing you do is figure out how big you want your loops to be. So I'm going to pull it up from underneath. Try to straighten it a little bit. Just to figure out how much burlap you want to come through. You can turn it and everything after. Alright, I think that might be a good size. I'm going to try to measure it. I'd say it's about 2 inches. Nope, probably 3 inches. I might not quite need that much, but you'll base off of the first one. You'll do the other ones to match. So I think that's a good size. And you want to try to make it even. That's why you put your hand in and pull. Okay, so holding this first loop in place, you're going to go ahead and go to the next section and pull up, pulling from this end, not what you've already done. All right, I'm going to go ahead and push it over a little bit and then just pull it down to get it even so they're the same size. And then to check them, you just hold them up to each other. You can see they're the same size. All right, again, I'm going to push over and hold it. And then go to the outside section and pull that through. And you can make these loops as big or as small as you want. It's completely up to you and the look you want. Just be careful. You don't want to use too much burlap in the beginning because then you could run out. Alright, these look good. Okay, so those are the first 3 that I'm going to use to base everything off of. So I push them over, and I'm going to pull this all the way back to the first one. You can twist if you want. I don't find it necessary, but if it makes you feel better, you can twist. So I'm going to pull it back to the center. Don't pull from this side, pull from this. Make sure it's even with the one beside it. And even as a loop. Hold it like you did before and go to the next section. I usually do 3 sections, so I end up with 9 loops in each section. And once you get going, it gets a little bit easier. The first ones are the ones that are a little more difficult. Alright, and then you want to make sure it's the same with the one next to it and the one behind it. Alright, and then again I'm holding it in place and pulling the last one through. That one's a little big. Pull it out. There we go. Alright, and then you push it over again. And now the last one. So when I'm pulling this up, I'm making sure that I'll be able to pull from this side. So I'm taking this burlap and I'm just pushing it up here. So this is what the back will look like. And then you just kind of position it. And then you can twist it and, you know, manipulate it after the fact. Because these look really cute when they're messy. Alright, I'd say that's about right. So I'm going to hold that in place. Go to the center one. And the great thing about burlap is it doesn't have lots of string if you get the finished edges. So you can kind of mess with it for a while. It's not like mesh where once you do it, you can't fix it, because I've done these wreaths before and had to pull them all apart because I didn't like the way it looked. And the burlap came out just fine. It's very forgiving. Alright, do the last section. Okay, and you, like I said, you can make these any size you want them to be. You can make the loops smaller, you can make them larger, and then you just kind of twist them. And you can also make them tighter. You could push it over and do another row. I think I'm happy with this one though, because once you put stuff around it, it kind of smushes everything together. You just kind of move it around. Alright, so I'm going to show you what to do when you go over the crossbar. You're literally going to do the exact same thing you've been doing. You're just going to go on the other side of the crossbar when you do your loop. And see, I already did it wrong. Goodness, goodness. You want to pull it this way so that the ribbon's facing this way when you're pulling. Alright, pull it through. Measure it with the one next to it. And you get it even. And do the next one. I'm going to go through and continue making all of my loops. I got to the end and I was only able to make one loop right here. So I'm just going to turn this over and kind of bunch this together. Stick the pipe or the zip tie through the burlap again and then wrap it around the frame and trim it away. So I was able to do most of this wreath with one entire roll of burlap. So I think what I'm going to do is use some leftover burlap that I have down there to fill this in a little bit, and then I'm going to add my flowers. So this doesn't have to be as full, but if you want it to be full, just get 2 rolls of burlap. I measured this out, it was 58 inches. I'm not too concerned about here because I'm going to have so many roses pushed in that it's not going to make that big of a difference. But again, if that bothers you, get more burlap. I'm also going to need a glue gun. I forgot to mention that, and glue sticks. You don't have to use a glue gun. You could also use just floral wire to attach everything. That just sounds like a huge headache and I don't want to do that. So again, I'm going to turn this over, take my burlap and gather it, And I'm just doing like this, like a fold, fold, and fold. So I need a couple more zip ties. You could probably make your burlap last through the whole wreath if you made your loop smaller. I just really like this size. And it's hard to figure all that out as you're doing it. So I'm going to attach this right beside where I ended. And trim it away. Alright, and then push up. And I'm going to go ahead and go to the center, not worrying about this, because again, it's going to be covered up. So just pull that through. Get it even with the ones next to it. Keep going. And you can just let the burlap drop. That's what I did when I had my roll after fighting with it for a while. And push it over. Pull it up. Alright, I think that's going to be where I'm going to stop. So I was only able to fit 2 in this and 2 in this, but I did have the 1 extra. So you can see it's not as full, but you can kind of twist things around. You still have enough to probably get away with doing 1 more, but I'm not going to worry with that. Use what you got. Just going to wrap, oh, sorry. I got to put it through my burlap first, and then attach it to the frame. And then I'm just going to trim this excess burlap off. You could also just tuck it around. This is what mine looks like when it's done. And I'm just going to go through and kind of mess with it a little bit. You want to make sure it looks pretty even over here. You could add any kind of flowers you want. And then the cool thing is you can do them on the bottom. You can do them on the side, top, left. You know, it doesn't really matter. I think I'm going to do mine on the right. Or maybe the left. Either way, I'm going to do them where they come out from all angles, so it won't really matter. But just give you an idea. I had made something with this before, that's why they're all turned. But I didn't like it, so I took that apart. I'm probably going to trim these down so I can stick them through the burlap. Alright, let's see if my hot glue gun's ready. I'm just going to trim this off because I don't need that much. I would suggest turning them though, because you don't really want stems sticking out the back of the burlap. I'm just going to stick it through, and the burlap really grabs the hot glue, which is nice. I like the flowers on these better, so I think I'm going to use those to do the outside, like frame the outside. And you can use any colors you want. It does not have to be white. You can even add a sign if you want. Do so many fun things. It's hard to add ribbon into burlap. You can do it. Personally, I don't like the way it looks, but you could definitely add a bow. Bows look really nice on burlap. Alright, I'm just going to continue adding my roses. I keep all of the leaves from my flowers in a couple baskets. I'll link here to my craft room tour if you want to check that out. This is the number if you wanted to get the exact same flowers. Really think this needs some green. I'm just going to trim these away. They're connected, but I want them to be individual. You could use any greenery though. Just going to see if I like the way it looks. I'm not gluing them yet. I'm just sticking them in here to see. I don't know if I'll use all of them, but I do like the way it looks. And I think I'm going to add a bow as well, so we'll see. I'm going to put the glue on the back of these. And then just stick them in. And I'm putting them on the back since that's the part that's going to be laying on the wreath. Oh, look, if I put a leaf into the bouquet. Ooh, I like that too. I found 3 more roses. I'm going to use those. Kind of looking, seeing where I want. Yeah, I like that, I think. Unless I want one here. Yep, that's better. Oh, let me trim that down just a little bit. Oh, this would also be really pretty with sunflowers. Sunflowers look really nice with brown, with the burlap base, so it would be really pretty. Any of your favorite flowers would work. So after staring at it for a while, I'm pretty happy with the way it looks. You could add a bow if you wanted to. I feel like this is taking up a good chunk of the wreath, and that's the only part I wanted to cover up. But it would look nice with a bow. You put a bow in the middle and then maybe the flowers on either side. But I really like the way this turned out. If y'all have any questions, please leave them in the comments below, or you can email me at craftingwithlee@yahoo.com. Thanks so much for watching, and if y'all learned anything today or like my video, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.